How's it going everyone? It's Gavin from Balls to You, and in this video there is going to be no snakes, so for those who want to see snakes, I'm pre-warning you. If you want, turn it off. However, for those who want to learn, stay tuned, okay? Because what I'm about to do, I'm going to show you guys in layman's terms how a female ball python reproductive cycle basically works, okay? There is plenty of information out there, loads of info. However, my warning to you would be very careful. Some of it is old information. I'm going to give you an up-to-date information regarding the data that I've collected over the years, and I've worked out an average and a rough calculation, if you like, on how things really are in the real world. Okay, so you'll have to bear with me. I am no artist, guys, but I will do my best for you. If you understand this cycle, not my drawing, if you understand this cycle, you will have great success. Okay, so what do we have here? So let's start over here. Okay, here, follicles. Okay, these are the female's follicles. They're anything between 3 to 5 mil. Okay, again, this is working on an average, guys. Okay, some females will have bigger follicle development, and basically they'll just plod along at this sort of rate. Okay, this stage, a female ball python can take 4 to 8 months to get to this stage. So this stage is roughly about 45 mil. Okay, this stage here, let's just call it the 20 mil, and that's the glow stage. Okay, the glow stage can be anything and last anything from 20 up to 35 millimeters. Okay, this is what I have experienced and seen for myself. Okay, and again, I've documented it down, I've got the information, so trust me, this is on average how things work. There are there is information out there that will specifically say it's this time, this dates, this size, that many days, but I can tell you now it's not as easy as that. It's a guideline, okay, and that's where most people mess up. They think, oh, my female's not laid in 30 days. You know, I've got eggs that are stuck. She's retaining eggs, or she's egg bound. I need to get them out of her quick. Let's go to the vets. Doesn't work that way, guys. So just bear with me and we'll go through it. Okay. So this stage here, ovulation, and we're here, we're going to have, come a bit further down, pre-lay shed, and here we're going to have our little eggs. Okay, so this is the stage. So here, I can tell you between here, these 2 points, is roughly between 19 to 22 days. On average, my females have been between 19 to 22 days. Okay, some may be, I wouldn't say before, but I would say a little bit later. Okay, so don't stress. This is just what I've found information wise, and I want to help you guys and pass it on. Okay, then on average, here is the time period between the pre-lay shed and the eggs. Most people swear that stage is 30 days. I can tell you, in my experience, it is between 21 to 45 days. Okay? I know it's that because I've had females lay as early as that, and I've had females lay as late as that. Now again, if you're going off 30 days, some people who are new to this hobby will panic because guess what? It's gone to 35 days, they think their female's egg bound and they start to shit themselves. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, and unbeknownst to them, actually a female can go up to 45 days. Okay, so this is all this. So I've had a female as late and as early as that. Okay, so these stages. This stage here is obviously, again, as early as 51 to 60 days, depending on your temps and your condition. Yeah, we get eggs. No, let's call that babies. Okay, you see that? So that is the basic structure of your female. Now let's see what happens. Let's get a different colour here. Is a cooling stage. Your females potentially will start looking for the cooling spot. This stage is where most people mess up. I hear you say why. Okay, if you look at our typical so-called breeding season, okay, we tend to drop the temperatures, or some people drop temperatures, okay, and we tend to lower them for around 4 to 6 months. Okay, some females can take 8 months to get to this stage. So in that 2 to 4 months difference, okay, you up the temperature, because that's what you do. So you've cooled the temperatures, then you bring them back up. You've actually brought them temperatures up too prematurely. The female will start to reabsorb the follicles, or she'll get to a stage where she's gone past the glow stage. Around about here, she's retaining the sperm, and guess what? Because you've upped the temperatures, you've cooked the sperm, hence slugs. Okay, so this stage, most people think, oh, it's April time, I need to start upping my temperatures. And that's where you make the mistake. 4 months from November, depending on where you're at, depending on the season, depending on your room, depending on all them factors, 4 months is roughly round about, again, we're cooling down. You tend to cool it at the end of November, beginning of December. You tend to raise the temperatures around about sort of March, April time. What about these rest of the days, these months? This is where most people mess up. Okay, so I keep my temperatures, my ambient temperature, roughly between 81, or 80 should I say, to 83 Fahrenheit all year round. That's my ambient temperatures. The only thing I slightly raise, and again this is because most of my racks have got a stat on every level, so I can control them a lot better. I tend to raise the temperatures or keep the hotspot around about 88 degrees. Okay, so pretty much all year round I try and keep an 88 degree hotspot. If that female is trying to stay more on the hotspot, then I'll raise that level up slightly. Okay, so this is where most people go wrong, because guess what? They think, oh, my female's not going to go, it's the end of the breeding season, I need to raise the temperatures, and guess what, guys? You end up sort of June, July, August, September time, you've opened the drawer, she's sitting on a bunch of slugs, and you're like, what's happened there? This is what's happened there, guys. Okay, so let's get another colour. Where can we go here? I know what we'll do. This stage is also a feeding crazy. If you notice when you're breeding your females, the minute you introduce your male, which is normally around about, let's say here, the beginning of your breeding season, okay, your females go absolutely apeshit for food, okay, they go mad, they become possessed, okay. This is where, at the beginning of this cycle, sometimes some females will go off food, and guess what? They'll be at the front of the tub, and that's because they're waiting for one of these little lucky boys to come along and a bit of James Brown, some candlelight, and that's where the funky stuff goes down. So, the minute you introduce the male, they have a lock or they court, that female then knows there's males about. Woo! Happy days, because guess what? Now she starts doing this to do this. Okay, she realizes she's not got enough fat storage to build the rest of the follicles up to this sort of size, so that's why they go feeding crazy. Not always, but 90% of you females will go feeding crazy because they haven't got enough fat reserves to get up to this stage, so that's why they go feeding crazy. Okay. That's important. Very important. The quality of your rodents is going to give you, here at this stage, at your eggs, through to the stage of the babies, the quality embryo that it needs to produce awesome offspring. Okay? Quality goes in, quality comes out. Okay? So, again, this sort of area is where people make the mistakes. Okay. If you notice as well, guys, let's come down here to here. Can you see that? Hopefully you can. That's my angry face. Your females, if you notice, between the time they start breeding, because they're going food crazy, that's all they're interested in, yeah, to the time they lay eggs, due to maternal instincts, they go pretty nasty. You could have the sweetest female, but guess what? She turns into super bitch. 0 to 60, she's on it, super bitch. Okay, the minute you take her off the eggs and you give her a nice bath and you set her up in some nice new tub or a clean tub, and you obviously, you know, tell her how much you're sorry and all that sort of stuff, guess what? We get a happy wife. If we get a happy wife, it's a happy life. So once that female is happy, guess what? She's going to go back on food. Okay, hopefully you can see that. Right, so I'm trying to do my best, guys, to try and, in layman's terms, give you guys some idea of what goes on with a female in her reproductive cycle. Okay, because this is important. Here is where most people go wrong. They start to raise the temperatures too early, kills the sperm, bunch of slugs. It's not what you want. This stage here, regarding the ovulation stage, and between your prelay shed and your eggs, okay, the dates can vary, or the days can vary, sorry, okay, so you need to be on the alert between sort of 21 to 45 days after she's shed for those special white things. As you can see, I'm into drawing smiley faces today. That's better. Okay, so this is real plain and simple layman's terms, guys. I hope this is clear. Long story short, this is where everyone messes up, because they only give their female 4 to 6 months. then they lose the rest of the other months, and this is where most people mess up. It can take some females 8 months, and I have seen my females go for 8 months till they get to this stage, and before I get this eggs. Okay guys, you're all wonderful, you're all great. I hope this makes sense. I hope, for those who've just joined us, if you're watching this part, you need to go all the way back to the beginning to watch where I started from, because this will just look like a whole bunch of kiddie art, but trust me, it makes sense if you follow the video from the beginning. Any questions, guys, please put them down in the comment box below. I do my best to answer every question as best as I can, but I do sleep, believe it or not, so yeah, I will get to you guys as soon as I can. Okay everyone, hope you're all okay, hope this makes sense. Take care everyone, and I'll speak to you guys soon.